In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you how to turn your YouTube video transcripts into emails that sell. And the best part is I'm going to save you a ton of time because we're going to leverage AI to do 80% of the work. Yes, 80%. One of the big mistakes I see brands make is that they spend a ton of time creating content from scratch. Instead, let's do the smart thing and recycle what works. Let's take your YouTube videos that are actually taking off, turn those into emails that sell, and help your customers find your products. It's that simple, and in the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you how to do it. Stay tuned. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and dive into the process here. The ultimate objective is just create a powerful, concise sales email using the voice, style, and tone of your YouTube video transcript, right? So there's already content created, and we wanna leverage that and recycle that and send that out to your audience. The tools, YouTube video transcript. So if you have a video uploaded to YouTube, or if you have another video platform you host on, if you can pull a transcript from that, great, we just need the transcript. There is a specific tool that I use. Some videos do not allow for transcripts to be pulled through this tool. So YouTube on the right side, I'll show you, you can actually copy and paste the transcript itself if it has one. ChatGPT or a similar AI tool. So I use ChatGPT a lot for the paid version. I also use Claude on the paid version as well. So whichever one you want to use, go for it. I do suggest ChatGPT or Claude to do this process just because they're the most advanced, the ones I've seen the most consistent results with. Finally, your email marketing platform of choice. Whichever one you use, where we're going to schedule and send these emails out of, you're going to need that. So with this being said, essentially the steps here, I'm going to give you a high level overview. The first step is just a transcript analysis. Second step is the idea generation for emails. Third is selecting and generating emails from those ideas. 4 is reviewing and editing, which we'll do a little bit of. I won't get too deep into that. And then building, scheduling, and sending your emails, which is going to be a process I'm not going to show you because it's part of your email platform. You know how to do that. So we'll primarily go through the first 3 steps, show a little bit of 4, just to give you an idea of how I would edit or copy edit the email to get it to the point where I'd want to send it. So let's go and dive in. First step here, transcript analysis. So this is a pretty fancy term for essentially we're just going to throw a transcript in the ChatGPT. I'm going to use this prompt here, and I would suggest you take this prompt and you update and edit to fit your brand and your goals. This is a very generic, basic prompt. The prompt engineering world, it's not a huge deal. As long as you can ask for what you want, ChatGPT or AI, Claude, etc., will give you roughly what you're asking for. So there's no big specific prompt or anything you have to be super advanced on. You just need to be able to articulate and ask what you want. So let's go and do that. I'm going to use a video from a brand called Heart and Soil. This is it's like a documentary style thing, but there's a lot of ideas in here. I watched it and it seems like a pretty cool one that we could use. So I'm going to take this video. It's about 11 minutes and 38 seconds long. We're going to take this one up here, transcript and summary. So I use a tool called Glasp, G-L-A-S-P. You can search that in your Chrome extension if you're using Google. I think it's an extension in some other browsers. I use Chrome, but there's 2 things here. One, you can either just click on that and it'll actually give you the full transcript, which you can just copy and paste, or if the video allows it, if YouTube allows it for this video, this tool, you can actually just click here and it'll summarize it in ChatGPT. Let's see if it does it. Yep, so it'll drop it in here, pulls the whole thing over, and it'll summarize it with the bullet points. So the bullet points, I'm not really looking for those summarization bullet points. What I'm looking for is just get the transcript into ChatGPT. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over to the process here. We have that transcript now in ChatGPT. We're going to take this prompt here and we're actually going to pull out some information. Now, the main things we're looking for in this video, because the video itself is more of a high-level, top-level funnel piece, right? We're just trying to get people's attention, trying to build. You want them to spend time with your content because the overarching strategy here is the more time they spend with you, the more trust they built for whatever you're saying or whatever you're trying to give to them, right? The main things we're going to pull out of here because email is technically a middle to bottom of funnel process. It's not a top funnel. Top funnel is more like branding, more like attention grabbing, more like building a relationship. Middle and bottom of funnel type of marketing activities are you have a problem, here's a solution, or you're considering this product, here's a discount to go buy it, right? So we want to treat it that way. People on your email list, whether they purchased or not, or middle or bottom of funnel. If they are top of funnel, we need to get them to middle or bottom, okay? So the reason we look for things like the problems, pain, challenges, fear, goals, tasks to be done, and desires, these are the main emotional drivers for people to actually take a step forward and open an email and or click on an email to go do something on your website. So we're going to take this prompt and we're going to ask for those things of this transcript, right? ChatGPT. So essentially we're just going to drop this into ChatGPT, analyze this transcript and identify the problems. We're going to make this plural. Fears, goals, tasks to be done, and desires mentioned. And we're going to let ChatGPT do the work here on giving us this information we need to actually create some foundation for our copy. So there's some good ones here if we look at this. Aging decline, poor health habits, defeatist attitude, neglect, and elder care. Just these problems and pains alone, that's a whole series that you could do on email, right? You could do a lot of things off of this. Challenges, so breaking the aging stereotype, maintaining consistent health habits, adopting new fitness approaches, etc. Fears, fear of decline, fear of missed potential, goals, longevity and vibrancy, healthy aging, tasks to be done, what basically people need to do to achieve these goals, and then the desires they're trying to get to because of these goals. Like they're trying to get to these outcomes or end game, right? So there's some ideas here. Each of these line items could be their own email. It could be a series of emails. There's a ton of ways you can run with this, okay? So what we're gonna go from here is, the next step is just ideating and getting email ideas, okay? So we're essentially just gonna ask ChatGPT to outline 3 to 5 emails based on what we extracted from that transcript based on PPCFGTD, which is I call it, right? Kind of a long acronym, but that's essentially, it's a lot quicker than writing this out every time. So what we're asking for in step number 2 in the idea generation is we want it to take these ideas and these problems, pains, challenges, goals, etc. We want to filter them through types of emails that we know are proven to convert people into clicking, convert them and get them to click into a website, okay? So those typical emails, I'll actually make this a list: problem solution, Q&A, metaphor, simile, contrarian, customer testimonial story, direct pitch, and historical. These are very powerful, they're proven email angles and email frameworks and types that when you filter information through, it helps people take action, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're simply just gonna ask ChatGPT to give us ideas based on this information just gave us off the transcript. And we're actually gonna give per section. So I'm gonna update that, but per section. So we'll see what it gives us, but we should get a couple ideas per section based on these types of emails or these angles, right? Let's go ahead and do that. Now, granted, ChatGPT is not going to give you sometimes it gives you some gold. It gives you some great subject lines, some great copy. Most of the time, it's going to give you like 60, 80% of the way there, and you just kind of have to massage it and get it to where you want it. So from here, the problems and pains, we've got some decent ideas here. Like break free from the aging myth. That's a cool one. Can aging be stopped? Your questions answered. Your body's like a classic car. Keep it running smoothly. So this one's interesting because classic car, aging, that whole those two ideas or analogies kind of combining. That's a fun one. Why slowing down after 40 is a dangerous myth. That's, I actually really like that one. And it's a contrarian, right? So you got that. Direct pitch, don't let age define you, take control today. Let's look at some other ones. Challenges that we came across in the research. Struggling with aging, here's the blueprint to stay strong. Think of aging as a mountain, conquer it one step at a time. That's a cool one. Fears, so worry about aging. Contrarian, why aging isn't the monster you think it is. That's actually a really fun one. That's very curious. People will potentially gravitate towards that and open it. Goals, so direct pitch, achieve longevity and vibrancy. Problem solution, want to live long and strong. Start here, kind of an entendre there. Q&A, how to set achieve your health goals after 40. So yeah, you can see here that there's a ton of ideas here. And this is just the first prompt. You could keep asking it for more ideas based on the transcript. And you could probably get maybe 2, 3 more outputs of this, of just different ways to approach this conversation, right? So there's a ton of gold inside your video YouTube transcript, so you can pull an email and actually write into your audience and have them take action because of it, okay? So what we're gonna do now that we see this, we're actually gonna create an example email and generate probably one, maybe 2 emails, okay? So right now we need to choose the ideas that we like. So there was a contrarian one that I like, so we'll go with that. And then for each selected idea, prompt ChatGPT or Claude, whichever you're using, to use this idea. So in here, I've got take idea number, but since we did this a little different, we're going to pull in the actual idea into it. So take the idea below. So now we're just going to do one at a time. If you do multiple, it's gonna cause some issues. So I'm going to go find that contrarian idea that I liked earlier. Why you should ditch the gym and embrace outdoor fitness. That's actually a really interesting one because most people over 40 are told you need to go to the gym more. And this one's saying don't go outside. That's actually a really fun one. Yeah, why slowing down after 40 is a dangerous myth. I'm going to pull this one because I like that. So here's the idea. The prompt here, take idea below. Change some language there. Take the idea below and write me a short, concise sales email. Use the voice, tone, and style from the video transcript. Be unique, uncommon, and specific when writing. Follow as closely to the voice, tone, and style from the transcript as possible. So, and then the email idea marked here, here's the contrarian, here's the subject and body, and that's what we're essentially doing, okay? We're not asking for CTAs, we're not asking for subject lines, we're not asking for any of that, we're just getting the meat of the email. Once we have that, we can look at how do we make this more curious, how do we get subject lines, what are we actually selling here? You can start with a product, but when you have an idea, most ideas you can typically tailor into the product you're selling. If you can't, then yeah, let's revisit and revamp, but just getting the meat and like the concept and the idea into an email, that's the hardest part. And once you have that, everything else kind of falls into place. Okay. So let's go ahead and hit enter here. Let's see what it does. So yeah, this right here could be a subject line. Okay. So like we didn't even think about that, but like this says why slowing down after 40 is a dangerous myth. That could be a subject line. This could be a preview. We could test this, A/B test this, right? So like literally first line, we have an idea, okay? Because this is a documentary potential interview type video, we could speak to the person who's actually being interviewed and answering questions. That's why it's pulling this in. So let's go ahead and just drop this into a doc and look at what we can do with it. So why slowing down after 40 is a dangerous myth. That's fine, we'll leave it. You've heard it before. Just wait until you hit 40, everything slows down. But here's the thing. That's complete nonsense. The idea that you have to give up your strength, vitality, and physical edge as you age. It's a dangerous myth, one that's holding way too many people back from living their best lives. So something here should like meet name. Here's what he, she has to say about this myth. Okay. Now we're pulling a customer testimonial in because of the video. So this is a quote from the video. We'd want to go and triple check that this is accurate and true. Well, we're essentially using this quote or this excerpt from the video to actually make our point. It's social proof, right? So you want to get the person's name. Here's the kind of the lead into it. Here's the idea and what you're proposing. Here's the proof that it's actually a thing. And then here's the tie up to potentially get into the CTA, right? So this right here, you might want to massage a little. You want to maybe update some things a little bit, but line for line, it's 80% of the way there, right? This is a very solid email. This is a great email. So let's prove them wrong. Click here to start. Click here to get the support needed. It's like this could be a curiosity click, right? So they don't know essentially what we're talking about, but this could link to a product from Heart and Soil that helps with vitality, strength, and physical edge, right? So they sell capsule-based supplements. And so you can link to the product that actually is going to help with this promise, right? So there's an email. You can say, you need contact info, and then potentially you can do a PS. You can do related products, which I don't know if I would on this one, just because it's so testimonial based, like at the heart of it with this. And then also too, it's curiosity based. So like click here. You could also say click here to find out learn what name, if I can type, uses to stay strong. Let's see here, uses, there we go, to learn what to keep his physical edge. Click here, I'd say and learn what name would be this guy's name or this gal's name, what name to keep his physical edge, right? Because that's the thing, if we're speaking to a male audience and this is a male that's being interviewed in this video and he's saying this is how I keep my physical edge, that's what guys over 40 are looking for based on what we're selling. That's how we get into the product, right? Best lives. There may be an opportunity to put a hyperlink somewhere in here, but this is a decent problem pain like development here. And maybe in here, they don't buy into the lie. They double down on the basics, real food, smart training, and the right habits. So you might link real food. You could link this potentially and remove real food. It really just depends on what you're selling on the other side. So if they're selling supplements, it's not magic, it's mindset, right? And then just notate, like make that a bold or something, because this is a quote from the video potentially. So like denote that that's not something that was in there, but you added it, okay? So I always want to be ethical and moral when we're doing this. So there's the email. We could potentially send this out, okay? There's email 1. Let's go do email 2 and see what we can get away with. All right, so let's go back to our ideas. The other thing too is you can pull these ideas into a doc, and literally whenever you need an email, just go in here and say, cool, here it is, and do the either generation or just use this prompt to get the ideas from whatever you have, and you pull that into an email. So let's do one more, and then we'll call it a day. Let's see, I like that one, but I don't have, it's potentially in Transcript, right? But we just did one like that. So I want to do, what was that monster one? Monster, there it is. This is another contrarian. I'm going to skip that because I want to do something else that maybe it's not contrarian, right? Let's go to desires. So maybe there's a Q&A or problem solution. Historical, customer testimonial, metaphor. No, what's something grabs my attention here? Fears, I think fears. Ooh, don't let age be your shadow, step into the lights. That might be a fun one. Again, why aging isn't the monster is just it's a solid one. So, okay, don't let age be your shadow, step into the light. So let's use that one. We're gonna pull up here. We need the generate email. So we're gonna take this and modify it again. For ChatGPT, we're gonna throw it in here. Below, the idea below, and write me a short. Cool, email idea. And then we're going to take the monster, the light, the shadow and the light. Common metaphor, simile, analogy. All right, so we got a short, concise email here. Let's see what we can do with it. Now, the quality of the emails that you actually get out of ChatGPT is based on how you prompt and what you give it before. So we've only given it a transcript. We haven't talked about product. We haven't talked about anything like that. I don't think you need to talk about product or give it your product because it's going to lean more into the salesy or the direct pitch type stuff. We want the context and the emotional connection to actually help people like get into the email. If you want to add those CTAs and things, I would add after, or once you have the emails written, go into a new session and say, hey, can you add these CTAs in? So it really just depends. Don't let age be your shadow. Step into the light. Might change this, but we'll look at the email first and just see. So we'll say, think bright, powerful light. Every time you choose to move, eat right, push yourself a little further, light gets brighter. I love it. It's what keeps you vibrant, strong, and ready for whatever life throws your way. Don't let the fear of aging dim your light. Step out of the shadow, take control, and keep living the energy and strength you deserve. Your best years are ahead of you if you choose to see it that way. Cool. That's a solid start. I think there's we can add some stuff to this. So something I would do is I would take this email and ask for, I might combine ideas. So that's another thing you can do too, is combine ideas. I think the one customer, this customer testimonial actually feels good. Can you combine this idea with the email you just gave me? Use the customer testimonial to social proof of this concept. Let's see what it gives us here. So that's the other thing too, is you can take any of these and combine them if it makes more sense. Perfect. You start moving more, the result more energy. Perfect. So we're not going to take all of this. We're going to take some of it. This right here, step out of the fear into the light, probably your best. There's like the beginning and the end of the email. We're going to drop this in the middle. We can drop it here. Mike was like a lot of us. Actually, we might use that as the lead. Mike felt this way. Actually just do this. Results, more energy, more strength, more vitality. Mike just he reversed it. But that's the fear time. All it took was a decision to stop letting age be his shadow. There you go. Think of your health as a bright, powerful light. Every time you choose to move, it keeps you vibrant. Don't let the fear of aging dim your light. Step out of the shadow, take control. Actually, we'll do that. Ready to change. Click here to learn. Click here and learn how Mike did it. Learn how Mike did it. There you go. You can link to the product that he uses and what he talks about here. So the last thing I would do in this is, because the subject line it's meh, it's not great, I would just take this, throw it back into ChatGPT. Can you give me 10 subject lines for this email? Please make them one of these frameworks. Could do benefits, big benefit, problem, solution, story-based, and then how to get X without Y. There. Oops, I forgot to put the email in there. Send. All right, let's see what he gives us. Big benefit, feel younger and stronger, Mike's 30-day transformation. That's actually a decent one. Give these. Okay, I want to organize more. I don't want to have to read through that. Interesting, it's not making a list. Super weird. Stopped age from being a shadow and reclaiming his health. From shadow to the light, Mike's journey. How to feel younger without spending hours at the gym. So there's one thing here that's missing is in the video it said he's over 40. Add into these that Mike is over 40. And that's something I think is important. That's the other reason why you want to watch the video too, and or read the transcript so you have context of what ChatGPT is actually pulling from. How Mike over 40 stopped age from being a shadow. There we go. That one's actually a decent one. How to feel younger after 40 without spending hours at the gym. Here's how Mike did it. I think we're gonna run with that. So I like that one. Preview. Here's how Mike did it. Cool. There you go. There's that. There's two emails. So That's the process. Again, it's very simple. It's very straightforward. Once you get the hang of this and you kind of understand and get used to using AI or ChatGPT and Claude, this actually gets really quick and it's really, really fast to get the copy down. Now, if you're using design, if you're using plain text only, if you're using a hybrid model, you can update this process. Once you have the ideas in the core, you could take this copy, right? You can take this email right here, this copy. There's probably some more tweaks and things I would make just to make it smooth, easier, and just make it more compelling. But you can take this and have either your team work with it and say, hey, pull out some lines from this copy and make the design version, make a plain text version we can test. And then if there's a hybrid, you can build into the framework or layout that you're using for it. So this is the core. This is the core of everything you do for marketing, is making sure the message is speaking to the right person and that you're making them an offer that they actually want. You do those things and you can deliver this in whatever fashion you want: design, hybrid, plain text, audio, video, text, whatever it may be. This is the core of everything for your marketing. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the process. And yeah, if you have any questions, check it out. And that's it. That's the process. You now know how to take your YouTube video transcripts and turn them into emails that sell. By following this process, you're going to get more opens, more clicks, and more sales through email. And if you're looking for somebody to help consult or coach your team on how to do this, or for somebody to implement for you, check out the description below to learn more. And if you're looking for more e-com marketing tips and strategies, check out our YouTube channel. We post a ton of videos all the time for people like you. Remember to like and subscribe. Talk soon.